gonna explain a lot of things about a force.
First, what is a force? A force is a push or a pull. If the two objects need to be interacting one on another. If there's no interaction, there is no a force.
Mass and weight. Mass is the measure of how much matter an object has, and weight is the measure of how strongly the gravity pulls on that matter.
Gravity. What is gravity? Gravity is a force pulling all together matter. In addition, gravity depends in the amount of matter and in the amount of weight. For example, if I throw a ball right now, the gravity will push all the ball down again.
There are also 4 types of forces: gravitational force, normal force, friction force, and tension force. The gravitational force is the force of gravity. For example, is the force that get together Earth and Moon in the same place. The normal force is like the force when, so for example, I hit someone. That's the force of our body, or the force of an object like a gun is the bullet. It has the normal force of itself. Tension force is the force that is transmitted through a strong rope, cable, or wire when it's pulled tight by forces acting from opposite ends.
The friction force is the extended by a surface as an object moves across it or make an effort to move across it.
The Newton laws. The first one is inertia. Inertia is when an object stays with the state of rest or motion unless an outside unbalanced force changes. Second of Newton is the acceleration. Acceleration is when you apply a force to an object for moving, and if the object has more mass and weight, you need to apply more force to move it. Third Newton law. Any action has an equal or opposite reaction. Okay, example of force. When I throw a ball to the air, the ball experiments three types of forces. Friction, when I catch it, the push that I make when I throw it, the gravity, and finally the gravity pull when it comes down.
The mass and weight example. Here is the mass of an object, the matter. Here it is. It's all the object is total made of matter, and the weight is, for example, when I throw it, the gravity affects very much in that object, because it's a little object and it doesn't have a total big amount of matter to don't fall. Example of tension. The example of tension is we have this for example rope, and when I pull it here, it gets strong. So with this, here is the force when I pull it, and it gets tension. And when I push it back, it gets back in its normal form.
Here's an example of gravity. For example, when I throw this ball and it goes down, is because of gravity. Gravity pulls every object down into the floor.
Gravitational force example. Have I explained the gravitational force is not the same as total itself gravity. The gravitational force, an example might be the planet at its stay itself in the same position for years. Every time it will stay in the same position. The gravitational force also can be throwing an object and it falls down because of the gravity. But in the space, when there is no gravity, everything floats, and the gravitational force helps the planet, the moon, and the other stars get in the same position. The example of normal force is, for example, when I kick a ball playing soccer, I'm making force in the body. That's the normal force. And also when an object interacts with another object.
Example of inertia. As we can see, this rubber band is in a stage of rest, but if I start pulling, that changes. Also, an example of inertia is that if a car is running at a high velocity, and then it crash with a wall, so it will stop and change its state of motion to rest. Example of acceleration. Okay, I need to apply more force for throwing this ball than a basketball. Example of third Newton law. When I throw this ball through a wall, it will, with the same force that I throw it, it will bounce and come back.
This was all for today's lesson.
Okay, thank you for looking at the video. Like, comments. Corte!
Bye!
Bye! Corte.
Esa ya es la primera.
Corte, corte.